Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here, yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here, we got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, oh yeah. 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back. Surprisingly, and you know, it's funny. I have not done. I was trying to look and see how I can do like a quick copy paste for the Real Housewives of Potomac season 6 episode 5 review, and I realized I have not done any reviews on this channel. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Who am I? And who other to do a review with? First of all, if y'all new here, if y'all haven't been here, I don't got a tribe, I have a hive, but join that. And subscribe, okay? And hit the like button, tell the people that you're over here, and then say hello to my side baby daddy. So over there.
Hey.
Why you acting like that? Let me turn on my lights. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I've had better days.
Yeah, okay.
I've had better days. I like your shirt. What is that?
Thank you. This is one of my shirts.
You have shirts now?
Yeah, well, I've been at shirts, but I make stuff for my actual channel. It's at my podcast channel. So a lot of people ask me to make mom-approved shirts because that's like a thing that I did. So I made mom-approved shirts.
Are you mom-approved?
Yes, all the mothers love me.
Says who?
All the mothers. Are you not approving of this? Because I can make one that says not busy approved.
Oh, and I'm the highest level. I'm one of the higher ups.
You're like the third.
I'm one of the higher ups, and we don't need you. So, thank you so much. So, y'all, put your B's in the comments or so up in there, and welcome him over into the hive. I normally do videos over on his channel, so today we're doing something a little bit different and new, and actually unintended. We're doing it on my channel, so we're gonna have some fun over here. Y'all know I like to get ratchet. Over here, we can't call him Baby It, okay? Over here, we can get ratchet, okay? Because I know that on his channel, he likes to be a little bit more sweet. And not that I'm not sweet, but over here, we can call the people.
You're not sweet.
We can call him Baby It because he does look like it. Okay, he look like Baby It. So if y'all haven't already, y'all know we're doing Potomac. Get your glass of champagne ready. Today I'm having a Burlwood Cellars Brut. You can get this from your local Aldi's. I think it's like $4. Just pour that slowly on the tilt. Looks like it's not helping me here. Well, what are you sipping on? You have a glass of champagne?
Just give me a few.
It doesn't look bubbly at all.
Give me a few minutes. Okay. That's not what that is.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the attitude's for, but here we go.
Because y'all need to know that he is mean to me in real life.
Okay. Tell the people about it.
Yeah.
So, y'all, what we're going to do is get into the review. We're not going to listen to any lies today.
Okay. I see how this looks today.
You've done that to me.
Okay. Yeah.
It's payback.
I know. That's why I see what it is today.
Somebody said that I am sipping on my pineapple Amsterdam vodka. Come on. Wait, just the pineapple Amsterdam vodka? That's all you sipping on? Girl, okay. Well, okay. Okay. So let's get into the episode. Today we're going to be recapping and reviewing and ranting and just talking, have a conversation about disagreeing about Real Housewives of Potomac season 6 episode 5. Before we get into it, Deb, how do you feel so far about just this season? How are you feeling so far?
I'm liking this season. I'm actually enjoying it. One, because, I love Karen, and I feel like she's just giving me grand dame all day. I'm loving Mia. I'm loving that even when she doesn't know that she's being set up to be shaded, she still gives them a reason to not even be able to really shade her. I actually thought Giselle looked cute this week, weirdly. I think she needs to wear green more. And but I'm loving the season so far.
Thank you. I didn't want you to go from person to person. I'm actually enjoying the season as well. Talk about you're talking about Giselle's clothing with that Mama Approved shirt on.
Her clothing is not Mama Approved all the time.
Well, she's a mother and she put it on, so I think and so therefore she approved it, which means that it's mother.
Are we saying all moms make great decisions?
I'm not saying that all moms make great decisions. Is that what is behind your mother approved shirt? That all moms make great decisions?
No, it's saying that I'm mom approved, which means I'm approved of mothers, you know.
But mothers who make bad decisions. Let's find out that it's just one soul lady. Her name is Giselle by the screen. But I'm loving this season so far. I think what I do love about Potomac, and I'm hoping that it still continues to keep this, because now we got Potomac has a lot of RHOP fans now coming over here, and the RHOP fans, they like the high end. We want drama, all the, and in Potomac we want to step on the gas, pull it back. Step on the gas, pull it back. We don't want to give the girls too much. We like melodrama. I want to say it like this, and y'all don't shoot me or shoot me. I don't care. No, don't shoot me. Okay.
Please.
But I want to say it's closer to the white franchises where we have a melodrama, and it's like real melodrama, where it's just like we'll get into like the melodrama at the end that Karen brought up. You told my husband, girl, this is melodrama because it's not this is hearsay. It's melodrama. It's very catty. It's very petty. And that's what I love about it. And you can keep that going. You can keep the show for a long time. The problem with RHOP is that they going into people real business. And they fighting each other. And they really getting deep and down in the dirt with them. And I think that here on Potomac, I love how we can keep it light, fun, and airy. Because still, even though there are like two newish people, these girls are friends. They've known each other for a long time. When the show's not on, they're hanging out with each other.
Who's friends?
Well, Giselle,
and
Robin, and Karen. They all know they still hang in the same circle. Okay. To be honest, I do feel like Robin and Karen be talking on the phone and be like, "Hey, girl, this is what we should think about this season." That's just me. Because they've been friends for years, over a decade of friendship. Yeah. So I think that there's true camaraderie there, even if they don't see eye to eye. Ashley, I do think that she looks up to and has fun with Giselle and with Robin. I think her and Robin talk a lot.
I think her and Karen talk a lot.
I don't think that her and Karen talk a lot, but I could see Candace talking a lot to Robin because Robin is like a bowl, and you just want to tell your business to her, and they both want to drink. I feel like they can go with the go. Overall, I love this season. And I love how it's shady, tense, but then it goes to fun. Because I can feel RHOP fans being like, "This is a boring episode. Nothing happened. It's nothing interesting." But I love how we're getting their stories. I love how we're still getting into their families. I loved it. So, y'all, we start this episode with Ashley. She didn't get her booty hole torn this time, but she did have a baby. Okay, the baby Dylan. This baby is so cute, so adorable, looks very human-like. They showed it to baby It. And then you had Michael and baby It looking at Dylan. They're talking. They're pointing to their teeth. They're pointing to all types of things. I love it. Okay. Didn't Robin go to Ashley's business and try to fire her? Yeah, she said, "This is put my finger in your face." Okay.
So that fairy tale you just told about Potomac was just really weird. But go ahead.
Well, one instance, one apple don't spoil the bunch.
It wasn't one instance.
It was. Did they fight?
I mean,
did they fight?
They could have fought.
Did they fight? They knew that they understood the assignment. So after that, you got Mia. Mia's with her family. They're going on a picnic. She's with her kids and her husband. This was interesting to me. She talks about to her kids, and she's like, and I want to know your thoughts if you would have this conversation with them, or would you have said it that way? Y'all know baby It, okay? And I'm not gonna go through baby It. But Mia says, "Do you know why mommy works so hard?" Mommy says, and he's like, "Yeah, so we can have a nice house." She's like, "It's not only about that," and it's a very southern term to say, "I want you to not want for anything." I don't hear that a lot in the north. I hear that more in the south. Where like, I don't want you to want for anything. And I'm working so hard because your grandma was a piece of she didn't really do what she needed to do, and I don't want my kids to have to go through that. How did you feel about that aspect of the scene?
I thought it was a good conversation. I also thought that she did something that was important, which was help destroy the fact that she always has to do everything that he wants her to do, because she asked that because she's supposed to take him to a game or something the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of put a guilt trip on her, like the son expects certain things. So I think that it was important for him to understand that his mom has to work. I thought that the boy handled it well, but he told how he felt, and I thought that was responsible.
I think that the message came through to her, which was more important than anything. That sometimes your child just needs you. You can work and work and work and work and work, and sometimes your child just needs you. And I know that I wish that she would acknowledge that instead of making him understand that she's working. Because as a child, I knew my mother was working, but I still wanted my mom there. And I could not see the difference between my mom working all the time and making sure that I had everything that I needed and my mom not being there.
Yeah.
I'm a kid. So what I wanted was what I wanted, and it was that I wanted her to be there. Getting into the next part of the episode. Y'all hold on. He's having some technical difficulty, so we're about to switch it up because I heard an echo in my ear. So getting from that, I did love that she was able to acknowledge the fact that, hey, you know what, it's even though I'm working and I'm trying my best to make sure that my family has whatever they need, sometimes they just need a child there. And y'all put in the comments if you're parents, how do you balance that conversation, or do you have the conversation with your kids like mommy or daddy has to work? And what does that mean? Because at that moment, they only want you. They don't want anything else. And it must be difficult being a parent and juggling the fact that, yes, I have to pay the bills, I have to do all this stuff, but also I need to give time with my children. After that, they get into her talking to her husband about her inviting her mother. Like, hey, I wanted my mom to be here. She's only 20 minutes away. I wonder where they were. I was trying to scope out the background. But I couldn't tell. 313 Yolanda said, you feel like Mia is a workaholic? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to say she's not, but the edit that they're trying to give her is that the girl is a workaholic. Shan said, I absolutely have the conversation with my child. How does it go? What do you do? What do you say? And what do you try to put more of a focus on? And do you let them or reassure them that you have not gone anywhere and that you're still their parent? You still love them. You still want to be around them, and you're going to try your best to do so. Do you ask them to hold you accountable? Like, if you feel as if I'm working a lot and I'm not taking the time to spend time with you, let me know. Call me out on it. Maybe we can do something. Like, how does that conversation go so you can balance it? I'm only asking because I wish that I would have had this conversation with my mom while I was younger. I know that how I was raised. My mom had to work. And she had to do overnights, and she had to be there. But I missed her when it was time for programs or any type of, like, I was a good kid in school, so I was always getting awards and stuff like that. I missed her during those times. And I wish that I would have been able to talk to her about how can we figure out a balance. Dr. Dradel says that it's very difficult. Mom guilt is real. I can understand that. And I hope I'm not guilting any of the mamas here, girl. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I take it back. How's the Princess? Yo, shout out to How's the Princess. Make sure you go subscribe to her. She said yes, and it doesn't feel good. Dear Dana said, I would stop and love my baby because time is fleeting, and then go back to work if I was at home. So if you're working from home, spend a little bit of time with them and get back to it. I get it. Yes. The younger they are, the more difficult it is. Toddler age is tough, and it breaks my heart. I can only imagine. Shannon said, single mom here, so I let him know he's always my number one priority. I let him know that I have to do adult responsibilities in order to provide for us. I do sacrifice my personal time for him though as well. I can understand that because then you gotta spend time for yourself, you know. Shout out to all the moms out there. Y'all put your B's in the comments for the moms. If you're a mom, put a B in the comment, your B's in the comments for another mom, and just show each other love and light during this time. I can only imagine how difficult it is. So seeing Mia and what she's doing, brava, you know, brava. But either way, she invited her mother, and she is very concerned that her mother decided not to come. She's only 20 minutes away. But what she does want to do, she's her husband brought up this. Let me make sure all the moms get their flowers. But her husband brought up this interesting concept that I don't really like, which is, well, you said that she says that you remind her of your daddy and you look like him, so maybe she's trying to push you away. Let's be clear. You had sex with the man, okay? And I may come out looking like him. Don't punish me for that, girl. Don't punish me for that. I don't like that. But what she did say is that, look, what I'm going to do is Queen of Cheesecake. No, it does not. But what she is going to do is try to have lunch with her. She's never even had lunch with her. That's weird. And they're going to try to have this connection and maybe connect on a deeper level. I think it's really weird. I thought it was a really good scene. I love scenes like this because it gives us a backstory and a little bit more depth to who Mia is outside of how many businesses do you own? Which I was in an argument this week. I was in a disagreement. I was like, well, hold on. How many businesses do you own? Okay. Because if this is how we're going to be stopping each other, that's what we're doing. So next up, we're going to go to Candace. She is packing for her trip that she has invited everybody else on. They're going to be going to Williamsburg. Have you ever been in Williamsburg?
I have not.
It's not a lot to do there. It's very old colonial Virginia. You know, we are a Commonwealth. I live in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So it's a very interesting place. Our grandparents were from there. As she's packing, she's just trying to figure out how to get dressed. What clothes to wear. I have a nasty habit of packing everything in my closet. And I'll figure it out once I get there.
Yeah, me too.
How do you pack? Do you pack the same way?
Yeah.
Wow, we saw all the clothes. How big is your luggage?
I don't even want to show you.
So from there, Chris tells her, like, look, he's her manager, and basically he's like, look, you could go on this trip and it's cute, okay, but let's be clear. What you gonna do is come back. You got a music video to shoot, two singles, finish the album, and you gotta be a reality television star, and you got to be co-mommy. You got work to do. And she's saying how she was struggling a little bit because the person that she loves is also the person that has to do the business thing. Would you ever let your partner be your manager?
In the beginning, until I found like a real one, yeah, probably.
How you think that conversation would go?
Listen, until I get a manager, I need you to help me out. That's how it goes.
You're mad rude.
That's not rude. I mean, one, I wouldn't want to mix business with my relationship. I mean, relationships already go through so much stuff. To add that to that is unnecessary drama that I just don't want to put my partner through.
So then why let them do it in the first place?
Because sometimes you got to do some things that you don't want to do until you can get where you got to go. I mean, unless I can hire one on the beginning, then maybe I wouldn't do it. But if I didn't have, the finances to hire someone, I would do it.
Let me see you. There you go. Yeah.
You know why? Only because I got them done this time.
He asked about Ashley. Did you invite Ashley? And it slipped her mind. Then we screenshot too. Y'all shout out to the new members. Huh?
Did it slip her mind for real?
Yeah, I think it slipped her mind.
It didn't.
Why would you be inviting? Y'all want people to be real on this show. And y'all always say y'all want people to be real.
Mel, thank you for subscribing to this channel.
I was trying to introduce that, but you didn't. You asked the question.
That's what I love her.
Healthier with Mel. She has a channel?
I don't think she has a channel.
Okay, well,
That's it.
put your B's in the comments for Healthier with Mel. Thank you so much for becoming a member. You're gonna get a video tonight. Members only. So then we get to Ashley and we get to Giselle. They're talking to each other. They talk about Dylan. And they're talking about babies. You know, Giselle was saying, you know, did something happen this time? Did you rip your booty hole? And she was like, no. She said, did something else happen? Yes, she was pooping on the table as she was giving delivery. Now, I've heard of that happening a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
So it's not really something that was shocking to me. I think what was shocking to me is that someone was wiping it as she was, like, I would have just been like, let her just sit in it. And let's get the baby out while she's sitting in it.
Well, the baby can't come out in that though, right?
I mean, I guess it will, just if we let the poop just sit there.
Her wiping it up so that the baby doesn't have to like come in contact with it.
I guess. What if that was like one of our jobs?
What?
I would be very upset.
My stomach wouldn't be able to do that.
You wouldn't be able to wipe up the poop as she's.
No.
Well, it is. Imagine it's coming out as she's trying to push.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that job.
2 girls, 1 cup. This disgusting.
2 girls, 1 cup, and a baby. Like
And a baby. And it's a whole different element. It's so nasty. Ew, I can't. So, as she said, they clean you quickly.
Yeah, see, they probably. I mean, sanitary wise, I mean, they probably have to.
Yeah, the lovely Sherry says they have to do it due to bacteria. You got all this type of stuff coming out. Would you, yes or no? Put in the comments 1 or 2, yes or no. Would you be okay being the person who has to wipe it up? I wonder how fast my arm is. Men barely clean regularly.
I don't need to see what my check looks like for this, because
it's in check. She ate too much before a label. Somebody said no.
The baby was hungry.
So basically, they start talking about all of that, and how they missed each other. Baby It comes in. He's coming from school. It's very interesting that Baby It is going to school. Like, how old is Baby It?
I call the baby It though.
I don't think you should. How old is Baby It that he's going to school?
He has to be like 3 or 4 now, right?
Is he?
I believe so.
I thought he was like 18 months.
Because remember, she had him this season. Was it the season with Monique? Monique left?
I thought it was the season of the fight.
So you remember they prolonged the season because of the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So he's probably like 3 now, 3 or 4.
Yeah, how old is Baby It? Put us see. How old is Baby It? So then he's 19 months. It's daycare. I'm about to say, I know that he's like, the only reason I figured that way because Giselle said that she had her twins when her daughter was 18 months. So imagine coming home with twins as she had a baby. So then they started talking about what happened on the trips and everything else. Y'all know the baby poop. Giselle was like, excuse me, Miss Daisy, stop driving. Come and get the baby. So then they talk about the trip that's happening. She invites Ashley, which
no, she didn't invite Ashley on this one. She told Giselle she didn't invite her.
Ashley said that she wasn't invited, and Giselle said, I'm inviting you.
Oh, we're talking about Ashley and Giselle, right? Okay,
yeah. So Ashley and Giselle, I'm inviting you. Which Giselle, okay, but she can't stay. She can't stay. So this is a show. We got to keep it going. That was cute. They talked about trying to get to know Mia and how they're going to be going out with Mia, how she's been putting up this front, and this has been very weird about it. And then she slightly brings up something from a show you used to be on. And we see on the screen that this person had information about Wendy Osefo's husband possibly cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
And Giselle's like, are we gonna I think maybe this is why, because of the rumor. Now, Giselle was very crafty how she said it. Because of that rumor, which I don't think is true, she's probably overcompensating and doing all of this and showing more of her body to remove for those rumors. How did you feel about this conversation?
I just want to know why Giselle is marriage patrol. Like, I don't feel like Giselle, like, I don't understand why Giselle's responsibility on earth is to patrol people's marriages. You already failed at yours. Why do you think you can protect someone else's?
You gotta try to save the girls now.
But you couldn't save yours, so how can you save someone else's?
Because now you know the signs.
Of your husband, not theirs.
Well, you seen one, you seen them all.
What?
You seen one, you seen them all.
That's not true. People cheat and do things in different ways. That is not true.
I don't look at her as marriage patrol.
She's monitoring Karen's marriage. She's monitoring Ashley's marriage. She's monitoring Wendy's marriage. She's monitoring Karen.
First of all, no one's monitoring Ashley's marriage.
She's monitoring Juan and Robin, and they're not even married. Their relationship. She's like relationship and marriage patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And she can't even figure out why Jamal can't drive 9 states or fly 9 states or 8 states over to go see her.
I think she knows why.
Did she know that before she went back to date him again?
I think she did.
So then why did she? That's what I'm saying. So why would you take advice from someone who redated someone who already knew how this was going to work?
Has she given advice to anyone?
She has given advice to Karen. In this episode, she's given advice to Ashley multiple times.
She gave advice to Karen?
Yeah.
What was the advice?
I wasn't ready to pay his bills.
That's a declaration. That's something that she wants. That's not advice.
She's given advice to Karen about her marriage multiple times. She has.
Well, what advice?
With Ashley. She does it with Candace.
What Giselle does is say, "Are you okay?"
What Giselle
things with you and such and such
on her relationships that she keeps failing at and not working on people's relationships. She's not good at it.
Thank God she's here because this is what we're here for.
And that's fine, but we're not going to sit here and act like she's a relationship expert. She's not.
I never said she was a relationship expert. I don't want her to be a relationship expert at all. What I want her to do is make sure that we talk about the people's relationships, though.
Well, we already talking about them, but
I don't think Wendy was going to bring it up by herself.
Her only storyline is everybody else's relationship, and she's
thank God
about hers.
And we need someone to do it.
I just wish they were all focused on hers. I mean, I think that would be a really good season.
They did one time, and that's why she broke up with Sherman.
I thought y'all didn't like that, though.
We didn't like what?
When the whole Sherman thing.
We didn't, but I don't think that people care about whether or not we like it, so that's why we continue to do it now too.
So
when it happened to Giselle, we were up in arms and people did not care. So now we're saying, Giselle, just go.
But y'all
just go because the girls don't care.
For everybody else's relationships. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, the girls don't care. So then if they're gonna break up yours with no remorse and still everybody's relationship fair game. And I'm with Giselle that everybody's relationship is fair game. That lady with that binder who's fired, that lady with that binder, she made it very well known. Talk about documentation. I ain't never seen nobody come. She printed out pieces of papers. Let's say the trees. Okay, y'all donate. That lady printed out pieces of paper and put it in clear sheets. But talk about documenting people's things. That's documentation. I ain't never seen Giselle say so. Because
Giselle doesn't have any facts. She can't do it.
The girl talk about. So then it's just hearsay. Only Monique documented. Moving on. So we have we have Wendy. She's trying to record her lecture, and basically she's trying to record what's going on with her lecture. I didn't like how everybody was on the same floor as her. Like, girl, calm it down, quiet down.
But I think that was a setup because after she left out of there, she told them to go downstairs. Why didn't they go downstairs?
Then the dad said to go downstairs.
But why didn't they go downstairs while she was trying to record the lecture?
They missed their mommy.
They still didn't get to see her because when she came out, they went downstairs.
Josh doing everything well. I want a cookie. But basically, she's talking about her career, how she feels like it's hard for her to juggle who she is. And I've seen a lot of this in the reviews. And a lot of people are talking about this online, how you was a doctor. I mean, you're Dr. Wendy, but now you want to make candles. They want to make her out into this monolith. And I will say, it's hard for me, as someone, you know what my real job is, and I feel like sometimes I got to tiptoe the line when it comes to then social media and being a personality, because you can't be both. Like, you just can't. And if you do, you start to be looked at a certain way. Like, Donald Trump is an TV personality. You're not a president, which is why when you tried to be one, the girls ate you up. Richard Nixon, girl, you're an actor. Okay, as soon as you became president, we got Watergate scandals. Like, the society doesn't see you as being able to be all things, and if so, they're going to hyper focus on which part you're doing wrong.
That's not Wendy's case.
Okay. What you think her case is?
Wendy's case is she came in last season and was about the 4 degrees.
Because that's who she is.
Now it's about candles. Like, why are you not doing all those things? If you want to be, if this
she is.
No, because she had the conversation at the last season with her mother about not wanting to do all those things. Then we came back with
you saw her recording her class, right?
But yes, we said, but she doesn't want to do it. She said it to her mother last season. We also came back with plastic surgery, and all we're talking about is my body and my boobs and my butt, and we got to see it every episode that we watch it. So when people are saying that, it's not because you can't do everything, but you said one, you don't want to do it, and then all of a sudden you showed up with a whole new body, and that's all we get talking about now. So I mean, just like the 4 degrees, now we're tired of the body, and now why are you dumbing yourself down for candles?
So what if you were Wendy, what would you think her best approach would be that people wouldn't drag her for?
I'm doing all of it because I can. I have the 4.
And I feel like she still is, though.
But that's not what she's talking about.
Well, she's not. If she's focusing, she's hyper focusing on her body because she's proud of it.
Question. I was trying to answer it.
She's at this point, I feel like she's hyper focusing on you okay? She said Wendy is acting strange to me. I can get it. I can see it. You need a sip?
I feel attacked.
Who attacked you?
I feel under attack.
Was it Monique? So she talks about her candle line. She's like, look, I'm a professor, but I listen to trap music. And in the world of academia, I could speak from that myself. You have to be very cautious
about listening to trap music,
about what you portray in the world of academia. You have to be very cautious about what you portray. She's a 10-year professor. You know, Felicia Rashad just said, you know, thank God Bill Cosby's out, and the girls were like, fire her. Like, it just fire her. It had nothing to do with her job, who she is, because in the world of academia, if you're not portraying a specific because now you represent a whole university, now you represent a school, now you represent a type of legacy or educational lineage that you're going to try to put forth. You cannot sit here talk about trap music and you're a professor at this prestigious university where we're trying to really push forth. Johns Hopkins is one of the best schools, and you talk about trap music and boobs and body. Like, you have to really be careful with that. And I can personally say that I understand her struggle, because sometimes you just can't be who you truly want to be, especially in the job that pays you well. Because if you're a 10-year professor, girl, you got the coin now. You had the coin. You're being dumb if you like, I'm just gonna give it up, because now you have a guaranteed income for the rest of your life.
But who asked her to talk about trap music? I mean, that's something that
she used trap music as.
She did not need to know that Wendy listens to trap music, because
she used trap music as a way to say, I hate that I have to try to be one thing. And I think because she's polarized herself with this educational guru, now it's hard to get out of that. And I think she's trying to show people in a very hyper-focused way that I could be other things. Look, my body's done. Look, y'all like the body? Y'all like the thigh, girls? Look at this. I'm a thigh.
Is that what she was saying? She was thought.
She didn't say that, but I was being.
That's what you were getting from what she was saying.
I was being exaggerative.
Okay.
So then Eddie starts to. Oh, somebody said that you represent the mission of the school, right? And especially if you work for a college. So it's just, and I see her struggle, but girl, if she's tenured. Oh wait, also Wendy is not tenured. Okay, I thought she said she was a 10-year professor, but maybe she's not. Okay, Katie said no, she's not. She said shut it down, busy. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. They said that she's just that on repeat person. She beats us over the head with what her narrative is. Oh, I can see that. Rashida said that I think she didn't like how she was received last season. She's trying to reinvent herself and is coming off as fake.
Yes.
She went from dressing like Miss CNN to looking like she's fashion.
Yes. That's very true.
And I think how do you get out of that?
She could have came on and just said that she wants to do what she wants to do and make candles. It's not really that hard for her to portray that she wants to be seen as a human being because you're on reality TV. We know you came here for this. I think in everyday life, people who are not on reality TV, we could probably see where that comes in at. But you're on reality TV. We know that automatically, especially with the show that you're on, it gets a little ratchet. We just watched a girl get beat up last season. So, you know,
that girl was ratchet.
On the other, well, the girl who got beat up was ratchet too.
I don't think so.
And she takes care of her man at home. So, you know, those are things that happen. But all she had to say was, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to get my body done. And this, just like Mia came in, I got this done, this done, this done, this done, this done. And bam. Oh, and I was an escort. We wore long gowns.
Well, but also she's been lying every episode.
How she describes it more, but Mia came in a way where we can.
Lying.
No, she didn't lie.
I look for Mia's lie every episode now because all 4 episodes she backtracks.
But you also have to realize this is her first season. Let her get hazed for her first season.
What in the Phaedra Parks is this?
What?
I said, what in the Phaedra Parks is this? Don't worry.
Phaedra Parks by her entire first season. She can tell you when the baby was conceived, when the baby was due, if the baby was even coming, whose baby was. We know anything about that baby.
Mia said she got her clear fixed, but then it became her vaginal rejuvenation. How you mess up whether or not it was your clit or your vag?
Because this is being a season. She's her first season. Let her get second.
Then she says, "Oh, I met him because they said, oh, she's mixing up some really good drinks." But then she said she was stripping. Girl, were you stripping or were you mixing up some really good drinks?
She said she was stripping, and she said something about being an escort. Her story gets confusing a little bit, but let her.
And you think she's 36?
No, let her have her first season.
And do you think she's 36?
Don't judge her. Don't judge her first season.
Do you think she's 36?
I have no idea how that she is. I'm not going to say what I think the woman's age is. That is not my responsibility, and I'm not going to do it. I think it's disrespectful to even ask one what her age is. So you can take me down there. I can't hear you.
So you think she's 36?
I'm not going to say how I think that she is. It's not my responsibility to guess how old she is. I think it's disrespectful, again, to ask what a woman's age is.
All right, so I won't guess. I'm going to say she's 46. So moving on, we get to Robin, Mia, and Giselle. They go out to Sobe, and I love the drinks from there. I've been there before. Really nice drinks. It's out there in Glen Burnie, off of Greenbelt Road. And they're sitting down, they want to talk, they're finally get a chance to talk to Mia. Mia comes in with her faux fur and she's like, hey, she's excited to meet with them because she's feeling like, you know what, maybe I came off a little too strong, okay, in my text messages. We didn't get a chance to talk about this last episode, but how did you feel about how strong Mia came off in that text message? How do you feel about this whole conversation around, you're not going to tell me who I can or cannot? How do you feel about any of that?
You won't. If I want my friend to come somewhere, don't tell. That would put me on guard.
So you would have responded the same way?
I would have. And not cared about it.
Y'all, put it in the comments. How would you guys have responded? I felt like you already know Karen. And now you're about to be a part of this friend group.
But that's
I
not
want
what
to
the
get
text
to
message
know,
said, though.
and I
Text message said.
I want to now get to know you without Karen.
That's what the text message should have said. So then she would have understood that.
Can we go out for drinks without Karen?
Can we want to get to know you without Karen? Not we want to meet up with you without Karen. That sounds shady.
We want to meet up with you. What's the they sound the same to me.
I want to get to know you outside of Karen because you are Karen's friend, which it makes sense. I want to get to know you without Karen around because me and Karen ain't getting along.
You don't need to know all of that. See, I now feel like that's putting up too much.
But that was the reason for them wanting to meet with her. So that should be known. Because if you put my friend who brought me into the group in it, then it makes me not want to go.
I could see maybe it's because I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. If I'm like, look, if they want to get to know me and they don't want my friend there,
let's say this.
Because I'm gonna go back to my friend anyway.
Let's say this. Let's say that we're friends.
Yes.
And then there's
you bring me into a friend group. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, well, no, you're bringing me into your friend group, and they're like, well, we want to meet with you without Busy being there.
Mm-hmm.
I would be a little bit eerie on that. Maybe because it was the Virgo in me. I don't know. Because I'm like, well, why? But if you said, because I know you and Busy are really good friends, but we just want to know you know, who you are without him being around. I don't know if you're different. It makes sense to explain that because I would not feel comfortable like, well, why do they want to be outside?
And I would be weary of my friends if they started going down that rabbit hole. I would expect you to come back to me and be like, I'm about to go out with them, but they sent out to ask you. So I'm gonna let you know what they said.
Well, she did that with Karen.
No, she said, I'm not doing any of this, and I can't believe this.
You said you can't tell me who I can go hang out, who I can bring for dinner.
Look, I'm letting you know right now, I'm going out on Thursday with your friends, and they said I didn't invite you, but I'm gonna call you when I get back home. That's what I would have said.
I just wouldn't.
And then maybe you could have been. Then we really could have unraveled the Reese Cup by saying,
"I don't want to."
Hey, what y'all doing?
People don't have time for unnecessary drama when they working. So sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes you don't like if it seems like drama, I will avoid it because I don't want it.
Katie said, "I would have said, how dare you tell me who I can? Y'all are classless hoes."
I'm so sick.
They should have said the rest of the group that just to be shady.
It looks like your Wi-Fi network isn't connected to the internet.
Thank you.
Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Thank you, Alexa.
She always going to be everybody's videos.
I know. I wouldn't trust them to have one of the threesome. Maybe if it was two other women, I could see that. So I am on this. I am on the side of this is a little aggressive. And I try to not assume, and maybe this is a bad part of me. I try to not assume that you're being malicious. If you don't want the person to come, then I'm thinking, oh, okay, well maybe they just want to get to know me. I try not to assume, and I know that other people are a lot more weary than me. But I would have immediately been like, oh, they must not. They must try to just get to know me by myself. Maybe I'm a different person when I'm around my friend. I would have started doing some introspection. Maybe I act different when I'm around my friend. Okay.
But what happens when you get there and then they trash your friend, and now you have to go back and tell your friend what happened?
Girl, because now I know what my friend would know that I'm a true friend. Because like, girl, they don't invite me out and they don't talk. This is the opportunity for you to know how they really feel about you. I done stopped it before, but now I'm letting you know, girl, those not your real friends. Let me tell you what they did.
I personally been like, I didn't. They weren't my friends. I don't know why you want to hang out with them by yourself.
Well, I need to know myself because now I know.
You already know because you're my
I don't want to hear from, and I am not one of those people who I can hear from you so debonair that this person's bad. Let me experience it.
I understand that, but then if someone's asking you to come hang out with them, don't bring me and don't explain why. It sounds messy. It sounds messy.
Well, and I'll be the one to go figure it out.
And then you come back to me, I'm like, I don't know why you even went. You already knew this.
And I'm gonna say this is why I went, and that's it.
Now I'm side-eyeing you.
Side on me all you want to, girl, and you'll push me over to there, so I'll go have drinks again. So she talks about a text message, and then they talk about everything that's going on. She talks about her kids and her upbringing. She talks about how her dad struggled with drug abuse. Mm-hmm. Her dad and her mother, she had to live with her dad, and he was very abusive to her. She went through with cuts on her body. Mm-hmm. She went to school with cuts on her body. They took her away. And as a child, she didn't understand that. Like she was trying to get back home, And Robin, you telling all my business because at least I didn't know this. Y'all put in the comments. Did y'all know this?
She said it before.
But she was like, "Well, how did
I didn't know about the way they died though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, how did they die? I knew they were dead, but I didn't know it was because of AIDS and heroin.
Yeah.
And Mia was like, my dad died as well, AIDS of heroin too, yes. Something about it made me feel like...
Did you know that before she said it on the show? Because
I didn't.
Juan lives over here, so I just have to ask him sometimes.
He don't live nowhere near you.
You don't know where Juan lives at. He don't live at that house where Robin lives at.
He lives on my face. So that's how Mia's dad died.
I want to point out something. When Giselle met with Ashley, she said that she wanted to meet with Mia because she wanted to learn how Mia got to being an escort or stripper. I remember what word she used, so that she could tell her children not to go down that pathway. But then she learned why Mia got there, and I feel like I'm grateful that was a slap in her face. The story that Mia told her, because judging someone off the bat is not always a good thing. Mia went through a lot of trauma, and a lot of people who've been through that type of trauma, they may travel down that road.
And but then she's learned, like, let's give Giselle some grace as well, because she was like, you know what? Now I'm seeing how strong of a woman she is.
Mia has said multiple times, this is what I did. This is what I did. But then you shaded her. I hated what she said to Ashley about, well, I want my daughter not to be like this. Well, your daughters haven't been through what Mia's been through. Yes, she gave her a compliment. She's a bad bitch. Yes, but you also trashed her before this.
Yeah, but I think that's human nature to look at someone and be like,
I don't trash before I get to know their story. I don't. That's not human nature.
I think it is.
It's not.
I don't want to say trashing them. You're looking at what they give you.
She trashed her. I want to meet with her so I can tell my daughters why not to be like this. That's trashing her. They've been actually slut shaming her since she's been on the show.
But then she also in the same episode said, wow, like now I'm looking at her in a whole different light. Like she's a strong woman.
Bored all that though. Like that's too much.
So you're not gonna give her grace if she's like, okay,
I would give her grace if she was a real human being and getting to know her before she starts slut shaming her. That's not cool. It's not cool.
I hear you. I disagree. I've looked at people. I remember when I looked at Marcella and I was like, ew, get her off the screen. She's nasty, she's evil. And then after I was like, wow.
Apologize to her too, though, for doing that.
I didn't apologize to her.
What you did on the video, you apologized. Like I didn't,
I felt bad for saying it because now I see her just like Giselle was like, wow, I see the type of person that she is.
She never. No, okay. Whatever you say. We're going to agree to disagree.
We always do.
Are you talking to me?
We'll get to it. And I do think that she was asking that genuinely. I don't think that they turned her hearing on. So we get to the trip time. We're meeting outside of Candace's. We are meeting outside of Candace's home. We got the bus out there, and they are meeting at the bus in front of Candace's house. We all walk into the bus. It's raining outside. I love how they each let each of the people walk in. You okay on this over there?
I can't stand you.
Are you okay? Is everything okay? You need a minute?
Go ahead. I cannot stand you.
It makes sense now when you look at her face and she's like, now she can start hearing again. Are you talking to me? But they all get in. Wendy comes in again. All her clothes off. Karen gets in the bus. Giselle's face just stuck in the bag. Like this. Just stuck in the bag. So then the Skylar comes and she's the last person. And they're like, where's Ashley? And she's like, oh, she didn't invite it. And she wasn't invited. And then Giselle was like, well, I invited her. And Candace was like, that's fine. I mean, the girl's not going to come. Don't you need to be... You just had a whole human come out your vagina. Like, shouldn't you be trying to make sure that thing closes up just a little bit? open vagina just coming through. Okay, who knows what type of placenta's left up in there? So,
what that's like.
huh?
Well, how does she know what that's like? She's never had a baby. I don't think I like that.
I don't know. She's never had a baby. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I'm not gonna say that she can understand. I don't know.
think
I'm
that
assuming
She said
with
that.
other women, I have heard that, like, girl, I'm not going nowhere because I gotta close.
Okay.
So maybe she's been around women who's like, shouldn't you be sitting down?
She's in daycare. How does she be around women who's saying that?
Who's in daycare?
Candace.
So then they talk about the kids, leaving the kids with the husband. And Mia's like, well, the kids were with my husband, but I have cameras. And the scholar was like, I have cameras too. And her husband hates when she's talking to them. And then Candace turns to Robin and was like, Robin, you should have another baby. I think you should have another baby. And you know, Robin's like, so do all the other men. I mean, other people in my house. But I did let him stay in this morning. And she's like, what you mean? Robin done let Juan shoot up the club.
She says she let him in and stay. I think that they interpret that two different ways.
I think that they interpreted the way they were supposed to be interpreted.
No, she interpreted it the way, but he had to come in the house and stay because he doesn't live there. And he had to come and stay in the house because she has to watch the kids because she's leaving. That's what she said. She didn't fix it because it sounded good what they said, but she literally said, I let him come in and stay.
I let him come in and stay. She
At
let
the
him
house because the kids need a baby.
She let him shoot up the club, and that's what it is, and that's it. And you a hater, bro.
We'll do a live together later, Juan, because clearly they don't know.
Y'all look out for the imaginary live. It's gonna be on you now. So after that, they look at the poll, and Giselle was like, "Look, girl, there's a poll in front of us. What you think? You want to do something for the poll?" Now, so there, I was wondering if we can do our sexiest pole dance.
When?
Right now.
I don't have a pole in my house. That's not gonna be possible.
Let it be just as real as Juan Dixon.
I cannot dance, so I will not be doing the dance on this.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do our imaginary pole dance.
Yes, there you go. That's what it looks like right there. That's how it look. Oh, you did a little windy. Okay, I like that.
I did do the windy. Okay. So they all dancing on the pole. I love the shady editors that kept the money going up and down. Mia made a lot of money. I love how Robin knocked her poom poom. Okay, through. She said, it's been through worse. Okay. I love that. And then they talk about what is going to be happening, the details of the trip. So Candace has the microphone and she says, look, there's a main house and there's a cottage. The main house has 4 rooms. It's going to be Candace, Mia, Robin, and Giselle staying there. And in the cottage, there's going to be Wendy, Escala, and Karen staying there. How did you feel about that setup initially?
I feel like they put Escala over there to spy on Wendy and Karen. And they put Mia over there with them because they're trying to win Mia over so that she can come on their side, to the dark side. I
actually agreed with Candace's take on it. Like, look, the girl, Wendy and Wendy and Karen are now, buddy. I don't know a scholar like that.
He's Robin's friend.
Yeah, I don't know a scholar like that. But it's my trip. I don't know a scholar like that. Wendy is being very buddy with Karen. Karen already let me know she don't care. And she would have done the same thing over again. So she definitely gonna be in the cottage. She gonna need somebody. Might as well be Wendy. Mia is a good time. Mia seems like a good time. I do not want to live with Mia.
Why would
because Mia seems like a good time.
And Robin with her friend.
I feel like the main house is I think she was trying to set up what the main house being like fun would be. And the main house being fun would be Robin, Giselle, Mia. Mia was a stripper.
Oh, so the person they're slut shaming is fun. Okay, got you.
Sluts are fun.
Okay.
Who doesn't think sluts are fun? If it wasn't so hot in hell, I'll be like, can I just go there, please? Like, who doesn't think that the sinners are fun? Hello. So Wendy's clearly had a problem with it. But
one as Candace's friend.
It is, well, yeah. Excuse me.
No.
But they want to try to get to know each other. And I know Candace wants to get to know Mia. They talk about how they got to know Mia. Giselle does how she got to know Mia at the getting drinks. And Karen was like, well, I hope that she's just the same one, and it's not the different types of Giselle that I get.
Why don't you use voices for anyone else?
Because that's just who I like to imitate. So Karen says, and Candace is like, well, you have to leave early, but yes, I have to leave early because, Surrey County, they're going to be a mistress of the ball or whatever. So she's like, Mia's already about it, and Wendy. I wanted to know if you're going to be able to help me. And Wendy's like, yes, I would definitely like to come out, definitely be there. Thank God, because they was throwing, first of all, the last time we was there, they was throwing now and laters and Jolly Ranchers at our head. I got a concussion. No, I'm not walking in there with you. So they arrived at this beautiful place.
Hello?
Something going on?
Hello? I was just making sure we can hear Candace, because take me down all of this. Hello? I gotta be quiet.
I got a song to sing.
Hello?
So they arrive at the property. It's an immaculate property, very beautiful. President Obama stayed there before. I want to sleep in whatever room Obama slept in. Smelling like cocoa butter. Have you ever talked to Obama? I have twice. Only twice. He does smell like cocoa butter. He does smell like cocoa butter. The rooms were really big. They were beautiful. Mia had chosen a room, but Giselle and Robin wanted to sleep together. So with the haze, which I feel like all housewives do.
You said they wanted to do what?
They wanted to sleep in the upstairs rooms together.
Wow.
Because Giselle already had one. But Mia took the other one. I don't think Robin knew that. And Candace did say, girl, put some shoes or something in here, okay? And when they realized that they were not together, Robin was like, girl, I'm gonna just take that room for you, which was cute because on Twitter, and hopefully I can show that on Twitter, Mia, her best shade, which I wish she would have said it during the episode. Her shade was, I thought that I would let her see the finer things in life that she doesn't get to see, normally.
She probably think about it then.
I know, and I love a girl.
Giselle shades everybody in her confessionals too, so that should be okay.
Here it is. Here's the tweet. So Candace tweeted first, and basically Candace tweeted, I thought it'd be nice. Candace tweeted, that was some real profile hazing there. This gonna kick that girl all out her room. I wouldn't have taken that, and that's true because y'all remember when it was her first season, and Candace was like, you and your bejeweled jacket, have a seat.
And she called, what's the name of geriatric grandma?
Geriatric granny. Okay, yeah. So basically, Mia said, I thought it'd be nice to share some luxury with those who may not get to experience it often at home. I thought it was very cute. I thought it was a good read. I thought it was a clean read. 10s across the board. I thought it was 10s across the board. So I was really excited for her about that. I just wish she would have said it in the moment. It did seem like she was just like going with the flow, which I was also okay with. Me has been giving us a lot. As Dr. Heavenly said, don't come in with all this bullshit, okay, Miss Me, okay? As Dr. Heavenly says.
She's learning. She's learning.
So I love that. And then Giselle says, is there anyone else who has some apologizing who needs to be apologizing? And then Karen's hearing aid cut back on. There it goes. All she was trying to do was eat her soup and drink her Ensure, and then her hearing aid came back on. So are you talking to me? Now, again, I know this is a toss-up between this argument. I'm still on Giselle's side. That stuff is bullshit that you're talking about with
So,
Ray.
so they played a clip of what she needs to apologize for. Why did you see the clip that they played?
Several times. I actually watched it live.
What did Karen say about her? Karen asked her a question about what her father said. It was a question. She never said anything about her.
Karen was like, you know what you need to apologize for. I'm not going back and forth. And then Giselle said, look, since we're here, let's put it on the table. If you got an issue with me, what's the issue? And she's like, I'm not going to get into it. And then that's when Wendy was like, is it because of the death wishing stuff?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Which we
Girl,
know
I never wish death upon your husband.
But she never talked about Giselle's family either. So it's like, let's play ball. If you want to play these games, let's play these games back. We can play. We can go back and forth.
Okay.
She never said anything about Giselle's family. She asked Giselle a question from something that her father said.
So then say that.
She did say that.
I didn't hear that.
When they played that clip back from the reunion, she said, I just want to know.
I'm talking about in this scene.
In the scene, oh no, Giselle did it. Karen said what she said. I feel like Karen is just being petty because Giselle said, you talked about my family, I need an apology. Karen never talked about her family.
I agree, Morgan. I think they're both reaching for apologies. I definitely think that
I think Karen is
Giselle is reaching for an apology, but I think that Karen is reaching high, so much so that she's like, you need to apologize for wishing death.
I think it's just being petty. I think it's being petty.
Some people are with you. I mean, at this point, what I do know is that I want Ray to live.
Karen is
I want Ray to pay his bills.
If Giselle is bringing Karen like weird, crazy stuff, then she's always like this. Giselle is on I need an apology from you because you said this about my family. Like your daughters have said the same thing that you think that Karen has said to you. Your father has said this. Karen asked you a question. They actually played the footage back. It was a question. Is the things that your father said true? It was a question. It was never something she said about her family.
Do you want Ray to live?
Is Ray living?
I'm not sure. I'm asking you.
He's still here, so I don't know.
Want him to live?
She said that. I don't know.
I'm asking if you want him to live.
Yes, we all want Ray to live.
No, don't put me in that. And do you want him to pay his bills?
I want Jamal to pay his bills.
But not Ray.
Ray's bills are paid because Karen paid them.
What? And that's why she said she needed a return when she was drinking out of Fireball. That's why she said she needed a return when she was drinking out of Fireball. Because she was paying his bills. I want to thank everybody for coming. Y'all, so put it in the comments. I'm really excited about the next episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. I was so happy that I got a chance to see my side baby daddy here and do this review with me. You were a great co-host.
I'm an amazing co-host.
You were a little aggressive at some parts, but we made it through. We made it through. Before we get out of here, tell the people where they can find you.
Y'all can find me at So Debonair. I wasn't gonna point at it. Oh yeah, So Debonair right here on everything on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, if y'all use that. My channel is So Debonair. You can also find me, and that's Debonair with no O. You can also find me at the Affairs of Our Podcast on YouTube as well. And on any of your streaming, like if you stream podcasts, you can find us on there too.
Aww. So I'm sure the next video that we do about Potomac will be on his channel. Maybe we'll just go back and forth. We'll ping pong it.
What you said you wanted to do?
Because they said they do like us together. He's all right. I'm gonna put you backstage. Thank you so much for coming, So Debonair. I want to thank everybody else who's come to this review. Y'all know I'm trying to get on to all of them and get back into the group. I had a really, 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 really bad week, but I think I'm back. Somebody said, "Is it over already?" It is. It is. That's all right. We'll be doing more stuff together. We're always talking. We love y'all. Okay, say you love them, So Debonair.
I love y'all. And Busy keeps us on the time constraint. That's why we go off.
I sure do. If you want to know more about me and everything stuff going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter, BusyBlue, no space, no E. You can also find me on Twitch, BusyBlue, where this is definitely streaming right now. You can find me on Facebook, The BusyBlue, where you ain't getting nothing special. I don't think you should go over there. Somebody said, busy, I love you, but you got to do a better job of reading the comments. Thank you for your input. I'm going to pass that up to the higher ups and we'll get back to you on your complaint. We had so much fun today. We're about to go get busy and you guys stay busy. All right.
May the
Till
force,
next time. What is
may the force be with you.
bye, y'all.